Okay, so we discussed the PN junction diode. So in PN junction diode, when P type and N type are combined or joined together, when we are not biasing, no bias, this first option that shows that there is no bias, means you do not apply any voltage, so current does not flow across the diode because there is a barrier potential. This is junction that supplies a barrier potential. That potential raises the further diffusion. So here number of there are actually four kinds of currents inside the diode. Okay, so one is due to the diffusion current. diffusion current Diffusion current, I already told you that diffusion current is a current due to majority carriers. Okay, this is due to the means difference in concentration of the charge carriers. If there are a large number of electrons in n type, they will diffuse in this region, and number of holes, if they flow in towards the n type, then there is means also diffusion of holes. But there are also minority carriers in n type that are holes. Holes are minority carriers in n type, and electrons are minority carriers in p type. So the uh, I drift, that is known as drift current, the current due to the minority holes, minority carriers. So in normal, when you do not apply any bias voltage, the diffusion of electrons is equal to I drift of minority carriers. Okay, so electrons. So in both sides, both currents are equal. I drift from I diffusion from the n type, and I drift from the p side. So both currents are equal, and uh, I diffusion of holes from the p type, and I hole drift from the n type are equal. So four currents are equal in biasing. No bias, when there is no bias, means you haven't supplied any voltage to the diode. Okay, and in forward bias, when you supply a voltage, okay, you supply voltage, the band gap, this there is barrier potential that vanishes, eliminated, and as a result your band gap is narrowed down, and uh, the I drift does not change, it is value is constant, it is value is very small, as long as electric field is not much stronger. But uh, I diffusion increases. Okay, so diffusion current increases and I drift remains same. Okay, it's, for example, it is I diffusion. Okay, this is I diffusion, and this is I drift due to minority carriers. So in forward bias, the diode acts like a normal wire. It can allow current, and it flows. It allows current only in one direction, unidirection. It is a unidirectional device. So when positive of the terminal of the battery is connected with the P type, then and negative terminal is connected with N type, it's known as forward biasing. Okay, and in reverse bias, you know that in reverse bias, mostly positive terminal positive are attracted by the n type, positive holes are connected by the uh, battery, terminal, negative terminal, and electrons are collected by the positive terminal of the battery. As a result, uh, your this gap width, that is uh, your mm, depletion region increases. Okay, so depletion region width increases in reverse bias. So yesterday we discussed all that. Today we are going to discuss another topic, that is transistor. Okay, so today topic is transistor. Okay. Transistor is three terminal device, is a three terminal electronic component. Three terminal component component. Okay, so it's very important component, and it is base it was means uh, you know that CPU is made up of, it is also chip, and the chip is made up of many transistors. So all mobile communication, or all these e- every component of the modern world consists of transistor. Yeah? So transistor is basically used, mainly used for two purposes. One purpose is for the amplification. Okay, and second purpose is for switch. It can be used as a switch, you know that, on or off, 0 or 1. Okay, so, and amplification, you know that amplification means to increase the amplitude of any signal. Any signal, or we say that to increase the strength of a signal. For example, if you have a mic, and you talk on mic, so your voice is like very weak, its signal is very weak. Okay, it's like that. The current is function of this is signal, and this signal is function of time, and this signal is very weak. So if you want to increase the signal, and you want to reproduce same signal, so you can apply, you can put their transistor. So transistor will increase the signal strength, and the same signal you will get, but its strength will be increased, and you can reach that signal easily from one place to another place. Okay, so these are the main purposes of transistor, as an amplifier and as a switch, electronic switch. Okay, so it is also current controlled component. Okay, so there are MOSFET type of transistor, and a bipolar transistor. Here we will learn about bipolar junction transistor. Okay, here we will discuss bipolar junction transistor. There is also another type, that is MOSFET, but we will only discuss this bipolar junction transistor. Bipolar means there are bi means two polarity charge carriers, means this transistor has two kind of charge carriers, positively charged carriers and a negatively charged carriers. Therefore its name is bipolar junction transistor. So transistor, okay, this word has been taken from transfer of resistance. Okay? The word trans resistor, okay, means transfer of resistance. Okay, so we will discuss its function, how it functions. Then you will come to know why we call it transistor. Okay, so for example, the transistor has three regions. Okay? So one is we can make two kind of transistors, N, P, N, and another type of transistor, that is P, N, P. Okay, both have same function, but currents flow in different direction. Both are same. These are two type of transistor, PNP and NPN. But we will only discuss this NPN transistor because from mostly books discuss this type of transistor, and this PNP transistor is also same, and only the direction of current is different. So NPN in NPN transistor, so N type material, this is N type material. Okay, and we sandwich a P type material in between two N type materials. Okay, so this is P type material, this is N type material, and this is also N type material. So you know that in N type there are large number of electrons. Okay, and you know that in P type there are holes as majority carriers. Okay, so in N type there are electrons majority carriers. Okay, so these are three regions of transistor. One, this which is heavily doped is known as emitter, which is heavily doped. Heavily doped means it has large number of negatively charged carriers. Means uh, it has more charge carriers than this is also n doped, but it has less number of charge carriers, negative charge carriers, as compared to emitter. This is known as collector. Okay, so collector is less moderately doped, and the base,
सर
the middle region, yes.
सर बस क्वेश्चन आ गया समझ में
ठीक है, so base region is, this is the middle region is known as base. This is very thin region, very thin and very lightly doped. So the base region is very lightly doped, lightly doped, and very thin. Okay? So physically size of collector is larger than two parts. So collector is largest of the three parts. So you can say the collector size is largest physical size because it collects the majority carriers. Okay, so largest part is collector, and after that emitter size is moderate, means it is in between, but the size of base is very similar. So transistor has two junctions. You can see that transistor has two junctions. So it has two junctions. This junction that is between base and the collector, that is known as base collector junction. Sorry, base emitter junction. This is between base and a emitter. So this is base emitter junction because this is emitter region, and this is base region, and this is collector region. Okay, this is base emitter junction, and this is base collector junction. Okay, so these are two junctions of transistor. Okay, so there are two junctions, base emitter and a base collector junctions. So for operation of a transistor, if we want action in transistor, so if for example there is a transistor, okay, this is this region, this is electrons, okay, and this is holes, this is emitter, and this is base, and this is collector, and this is electron also, but it is size, collector size is larger than emitter size. Emitter has more charge carriers as compared to collector. So what we do, for example, if we connect this with a battery with a positive voltage, for example 5 volt, and this with negative voltage, okay, means ground, we ground it. Can current flow from it? No, current cannot flow because there is also two junctions, base and a emitter junction. So current will not flow through this. So to make current flow, what we do, we supply a because this is junction, and this is also junction. So what we do, we connect this base with also another supply, another voltage. Okay, so this, because this is a base emitter junction, so this junction must be forward biased, means if you supply voltage here, if you supply voltage, you have to give it 0.7 voltage because this is junction, and you know that there is a depletion region. If you will supply 0.7 voltage, that is the barrier potential of silicon, so this will be a forward bias, this will act like a forward bias. Okay, and if it will forward bias, so it means the electron will come into the base region. Okay, and you know that we will make this second region, that is base collector junction, base collector junction. We'll make it reverse bias. For normal mode, for the amplification mode, we make base emitter junction is forward biased and a base collector junction is a reverse bias, because the when the majority carrier from emitter junction come to the base region, base region is very low number of holes. So few electrons, for example, if 100 electrons come from emitter region, so only 2 or 3 electrons are combined with the holes in base region. Most of the electrons are collected by the collector, because there is a reverse voltage. We have given this region collector is a reverse battery, reverse voltage. So if we have put their reverse voltage, their reverse voltage will collect these electrons. Okay? So electron will be collected by the this reverse voltage. Only 2 or 3 electrons flow through the base. So only 2 electrons, for example, flow into this base base terminal, and they make up IB, base current. Okay, and mostly electron that go into collector region, they make up a collector current, IC. Okay, and the current that is this current, because this is, we make another diagram. Okay. So here we have connected a battery, positive voltage, this is N, and this is N, this is P, and this is negative, and we have connected this with this. Okay. And this, because this junction, this N is connected with positive terminal, this is reverse bias junction. Okay. And this base is connected with another battery source, that is with positive, because we have forward bias. This is connected with positive, and this is connected with negative. Okay, so this junction we have made, this is negative terminal, so this junction we have made forward bias. So as electrons flow into this region, most of the electrons are collected by this region collector, and these electrons are collected by this positive terminal of the battery, and that battery again equal number of electrons come out of the negative terminal, and they again come to the emitter. And for example, 100 electrons went from this emitter junction to the base junction, and only 2 electrons came through base terminal, so they make up IB current, base current. And these electrons, 98 electrons come into collector base, collector region, and from there they come to the again 98 electrons here, and two electrons from negative terminal, again they combine here. So we say that IE, collector emitter current, is base current plus IC current. Okay. So this IB current, that is very small current that controls the whole whole transistor. So it can means increase the number of collector current, because if IB is 0, if IB is 0 means this junction is base emitter junction is reverse bias, so transistor will not work, so current will not flow through transistor. So small base current is very small, it is in microamperes, it is in microamperes. Small current at base can change the current at collector and emitter. So base current controls the uh, emitter and a collector current. So therefore we say that it works like a switch, electronic switch. Okay. So now we say that IB current, base current, is a input current. Okay. And collect voltage, that is, now we will draw another diagram of diode, that is electronic diagram, that is okay. So this is diagram of the transistor. So this arrow is emitter and this is base and this is collector, collector. Okay. So emitter shows always arrow. So emitter is represented by arrow. For NPN, arrow is outward. For PNP, arrow is inward. Okay. So this is PNP transistor and this is NPN transistor. Okay. So in NPN transistor, we now discuss the direction of currents. So electrons flow was like this, IB current, okay, and a IC current, okay, and a emitter current through emitter terminal, IE, okay. So that is a current due to electrons, but you know that we always take a conventional current. So if we draw in terms of conventional current, then this will become like this. Base current, yes, yes. So here this is the conventional current. Conventional current's direction is different, and the electronic current is direction is different. So in further in above diagram, this in this diagram we discussed uh, electronic current direction. Okay. Electronic current, and in lower diagram that we have now, below diagram that I have drawn, in that diagram, I, that is IB is in this direction and IC is in this direction. Okay, okay. And IE is this current. So IE, from Kirchhoff law, you can add the IE from IB and IC. So there is IE, means emitter current. Emitter current is equal to IB and IC. Okay. So this is conventional current. Okay. So conventional current is direction is different from the direction. Okay. So we have discussed that there are input voltage. So input voltage. So this is transistor, for example. This is transistor, and this is transistor. Okay. And this is base, this is emitter, and this is collector. Okay, there are three terminals, and voltage between this base and emitter is known as VB. Okay, this is, okay. So VB means voltage between base and emitter. Okay, and voltage between collector and emitter is known as VCE. Okay, and this voltage, only the more important voltage are here, these two, VCE and VBE. We will discuss these two voltages. Okay? And also the voltage that battery we supplied here, that voltage, this is known as VBB. Okay, this is a nomenclature. Okay, so VBB at this base terminal voltage. Okay? And voltage at collector terminal, that is VCC, means voltage at collector terminal. Okay, and this side of the uh, transistor is input side. Input side. So VB is also known as V input voltage. Okay, and IB current, base current IB, that is I input current. Okay, and VCE, that you can get from this these 2 points. There, this side is also known as output side. Okay, so VCE is known as V input, V output. Okay, and IC is known as I output current. Okay. So these are currents. VB is V input and IB is input current and VC is output V output and IC is I output current. Okay, that is nomenclature. Okay, and here IC current is directly proportional to IB current. So if you increase IB, so IC is also increased. So here in a proportionality constant comes, that is IC is equal to beta that is beta IB. Okay, or we can write IC beta IB. So beta can be written as IC over IB. Okay, so this is beta is a current gain. This
सर
is
आपकी आवाज कम हो गई है.
this is current gain. Okay, so beta is equal to IC over IB, means change in current IC when IB current changes. Okay, means IB changes bring a change in IC current. Okay, so this is known as current gain of a transistor. Of a transistor. Okay, so there are output characteristic and input characteristic of a transistor. Okay, so output characteristics of a transistor are means VCE and a relation between VCE and IC, and we keep constant IB. Constant. Okay, so if we draw a diagram for VCE, output voltage and output current, so this is for example VCE and this is IC, collector current. Okay, so for given IB, okay, for given IB, okay, or we put here VC here, sorry, we must put here VC at this location, VC and IC. Okay, so for IB constant, so first as VC increase, first IC also increase. There is a certain point after which you increase VC, but IC remains constant. Okay, so when you at first IC increases with VC, but after certain level IC is independent of VC. If you increase VC output voltage, but IC does not increase. Okay, but we must keep IB constant because IB and IC are constant. If you will increase IB, the IC will double, will increase. Okay, so this is for example IB 10 ampere. IB we have put here IB 10 micro ampere, for example, this. But for different IB, if you increase IB further that, so then if for example this is IB 20 microampere. Okay, so now this IC will be different. Okay, but IC will be independent of VC. Okay, and the points, if you increase IB like this, there will be different curve for each IB because you are keeping IB different, and you are looking at the relationship between VC and IC. Okay, so for example this is 20 microampere, this is 30 microampere. Okay, so this is IB1, this is IB2, and this is IB3. Okay, the points here these points, these points means in this region is